Everyone that has this game will agree with me that every so often you do have these races where it does turn into a bit of a demolition derby. I'm gonna get one thing straight right now. This was one of those races, and it was on Melbourne, and it was a 12-man lobby, and the engineer's just given me the finger. He's giving me the finger, and we all know what that means. Out onto the track. 11th out of 12 in Melbourne in the sun. We're away here in Melbourne. We've got a Virgin right in front of me that's closing down. It's cut me off already, and there's a bit of contact there, which is not good. Before we even hit the first corner, there's about 8 cars side by side. There's a spinning Sauber, and I'm into it. He's into it. He's lost part of his front wing as we come down. Lotus has just overtaken him. He's into 9th out of 12 already. He's got a caution, yellow flags in Sector 1, and I'm not surprised at all based on that incident. We've got a wide Renault and a Lotus hitting me. I've been pushed sideways, and the Renault's forcing its way through, showing no mercy, no appreciation for any other drivers. As we come down and round through here. Cut that corner horribly, took it all wrong, but we got 2 cars hitting each other into the wall, and oh, he spun straight into me. That's how I'm still driving, I don't know. I've got no front wing. I'm just going for it, but that was an absolute disaster collision. There is major drama already here in Melbourne. Lap 1. 12 men in this race, and he's gunning it. He's gunning it with no front wing. Down and through. There's 2 cars anyway. Hopefully they're going to get caught up in a bit of a squabble between each other, and it'll be the closing for me. There's 2 cars behind me as well in the Ferrari. As we come down through round here, 2 cars are getting close to each other. We've got the Force India ahead of another car. I'm not quite sure what it is. It might be a Lotus. Let's hope they squabble. Might be a HRT, not quite sure. Don't go into the pit lane where the arrows want me to go. The 3-lap race pitting would be a silly idea. As we come through here into corner 1, they are having a bit of a squabble. They didn't do that very fast. He's hunting them down. Can he take him? He's gaining on the HRT. He's gaining on HRT. Brake. Oh, touched him a little bit, and they've both gone into each other, and he spun me. We've all been spun. I'm the loser there, because they're driving off, as you can see on the map. And I'm out. I'm toast. I'm down into 8th. I mean, that's just hideous. I've lost. I'm out of that race. That was absolutely disastrous, and that's disastrous. So 8th out of 12, pretty disappointing, but it has been a demolition derby race. It's been a free-for-all, every man for himself sort of race so far. Let's see if this changes in the second half of this drive, as we've got a Force India in the wall. We got a spinning Red Bull there. Red Bull facing the wrong direction as we come down into the chicane. Red Bull facing, he's done a Mark Webber in career. He's spun into the wall, off the track, and out of the race. Someone's been disqualified, and someone else has just left this race right now, as he's behind the Lotus. 6 out of 12 as we come through the final corners of the lap. For the second lap, we got a laggy Lotus just up front. He's gaining on the Lotus, gaining right up behind the Lotus. The Lotus is pushing him into the wall, and he's going to deflect back onto the track. He has done, and he's taken the Toro Rosso with him. He's spinning. We're all spinning. 3 of us are spinning. The Toro Rosso might just have got ahead there, but no, the Toro Rosso's in the wall. Toro Rosso's also been a bit shaken up there. We got the Lotus, the Toro Rosso, and we got 2 more cars behind me. So there's 4 of us charging towards corner 1. There's going to be a collision here. There is going to be a collision. Yeah, the Lotus has hit the Toro Rosso. And the Toro Rosso's the big loser there again. The newbie Lotus not only taking me out, but taking out a Toro Rosso into turn 1. Right, let's see if the remainder of this sort of race, this crazy race, can be a little bit more peaceful, a little bit easier on the old car, on the old F1 car, and we can Just see if we can nurse the car home in 5th, which would be a very respectable position considering the amount of collisions that I've faced. Lap 1 about here on the track. It was a hideous collision with a Red Bull and a Williams, obviously. And then spinning Red Bull on lap 2 through the chicane. It's been a pretty peaceful chicane. Never really faced any sort of collision in any of the laps. So that was the sort of peaceful part of the track. Just going round through the last corners. There are no cars behind me, which means the Lotus and the other car behind me must have been spun out at some point, because they were quite near behind me, and there's no one in front of me as well, so there must have been some sort of spinning action as we come round the final bend onto the pit straight. It's looking like it's going to be 5th. Across the line, that was 5th. This is Murray Walker saying goodbye. Well, it's not actually. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Goodbye.